Eat my shorts. Hi, I'm Groglander.
Let's see.
And let's finish off the prison
Who's
today.
on first? What's on second? I don't know. I don't say I know you. You're that cop. I seen you on TV.
Yeah, I'm real famous, pal.
Yeah, well, I was famous too once. Till they put me in here. But you see, I'm smart. I got out. It's real easy. You just go up, down, and you're free. Let's see.
And like I said, I'll be finishing off the prison today. But talking to that prisoner does help, because he gives you the solution to the puzzle here. Up, down, up, down. Easy as.
Let's see.
I do like this sequence. The game does show off its humour in this section. Like that. Banging his head against the wall. And in this section we have a doctor we have to rescue.
Give us the drugs and we won't have to shoot you.
And at this point I decide to use the pistols instead of the
Come on now,
rifle.
there must be some-
Just because I wanted to conserve the bullets for that weapon. Because it's more useful.
Hey, you alright?
Now of course rescuing this gentleman does give you a bit more hero time. Which
Was Nitric with him?
I find pretty vital because there's a tricky bit coming up momentarily. And it's always useful to use hero time for that section. But needless to say, this is the sort of the crazy area of the prison. Arkham Asylum, if you will.
Oh, you beauty.
And in a tunnel behind the poster. Maybe a Shawshank Redemption reference? Maybe. Now this part stumped me when I was younger.
Fan control.
Just because I wouldn't think the fan control would actually be on the fan. It's quite unusual when you think about it. And for this section here you have to keep pressing the action button to move up a notch.
I'm getting too
And you're
old for
always constantly fighting against the fan. Now coming up we have a hostage situation. And you'll see it soon. And what I do is I use the little bit of hero time I have to save this police officer. If you can see there, you shoot him down to save his life, and there's also a room full of heavily armed prisoners. Another reason why you should use the hero time, particularly because when I was completing this game before, that part gave me some trouble because I would often come in and a split second later the civilian would die and get hung. And in fact a few times I would accidentally shoot the hanging man in the head rather than the rope itself. Kind of a stupid mistake on my part. But oh well. I got it done in the end, that's the point. Now you do have to talk to him here to complete an objective.
Hey, buddy, you okay?
Yeah, thanks to you. Shit, I thought I was dead meat. But you're a prisoner?
Only part-time, pal.
Perhaps you've heard
I'm
of
John
me.
McClane. I'm a cop.
Thanks, John. Listen, there's a SWAT team about to come in. They take one look at you, dressed like that and carrying a gun. They're not gonna ask questions. Here, you better take my jacket.
I know the SWAT disguise does give you extra armor health.
Hey,
And like the
what
guy
about
said,
you?
it does help you get past a future section.
I'll be okay.
And what's
Just
kind
need
of
to get my breath back.
a bitch is that if you carry on past this section without the vest, you fail the mission instantly. And as I recall, disguising yourself as a SWAT member wasn't really mentioned. It was probably on the loading screen. Oh, and that's why I keep in the loading screens. They do act as title cards for the level. They essentially tell you what you have to do in an official way, I guess. Yeah, they're mock title screens. Although I do take the effort to edit them down, because the loading times are a bit long in this game. Yeah, the section coming up is just a firefight, really. I do play a bit stealthily and take cover here and there, but essentially, it's stealth you won't be able to get past them without them seeing you, so you kind of are backed into a corner. I do remember this point where there's a guy there,
Run, man. Put on a uniform
and
and
I
everyone's
did try and
scared
get
of you.
past without him seeing me, but you can't do it, at least. Yeah, I do like the assault rifle. It's one of my more favourite weapons, and the main reason is because it's pretty devastating. And treating this like an RPG or something, I bothered to search an extra room and find a health pack. I found a heal spell. Hooray! Now, there was a character mentioned before, and actually in earlier parts, called Sergio, and he's meant to be like the leader of the gang called the Blades. And I think that's a nice touch that it's mentioned throughout the games. Throughout the game, I should say, in the Hollywood Boulevard level, he was mentioned as the leader there. He's also mentioned at the beginning of this level as the leader of the gang. I'm not sure how he wound up in prison. Maybe something to do with my investigation of the paintings. That would be my guess. And again, I show off my craftiness by picking off this fucker through the window. Very sneakily done, at least. So anyway, this Sergio character, I'm not sure if the character is actually pointed out, but I'm guessing I'll kill him later on. I want to say he's not pointed out, he's not given a specific character model. It's not like you can look at a person and say, oh, that's Sergio, the leader of the gangs, but he is mentioned in name, at least. Kinda lazy. And we'll give something away now. We do meet Nitric later on, and he's actually the boss of this level. Yeah, spoilers. And I do think that's kind of odd, where we have the Hollywood studio level, and now this prison level, and they feature the same villain as the boss. It's okay to have the same character as a boss, but straight after each other, I'm not sure if that seems right. That doesn't seem quite right to me. And he's kind of similar to the way his boss fight was in the studio, except he uses different weapons. And actually, I think this boss fight in this level is a lot easier. But you'll see when we get to the end of this video. I like it when they're distracted by other police officers. Then I can just pick them off. And at the end of the level, there is always a counter which tells you how many people you've killed. And I think and if they get killed by someone else, that doesn't count. You're in my spot, sir. Yeah, when we were blocking that SWAT guy, kind of reminds me of the Spoony One's LP of SWAT. Where the characters are constantly having a go at the main player for being in their way. You're in my spot, sir. I just got a bit of a flashback when that other SWAT member was running by and he couldn't get past because of me. Oh well.
We're gonna need backup.
Sir, cell block A has been secured.
Tell them to hold their positions.
John McClane, I'm a cop. You got an injured guy in the mess hall.
I'll get onto it. Go check out the mess hall.
Hey, you seen a guy called Nitric?
Nope. And I'm not about to go looking for him either. It's my job to seal off and secure the blocks.
He started all this.
I won't stop you from looking, but I can't send a team out for one guy when all hell is breaking
You know what I
loose.
think about it? That does bring up another question
How long
about
till backup
Nitric.
arrives?
Is that in the
Bravo,
first part of the level,
Hold your
he
positions.
just walks out of his cell, and it's just presumed
Delta,
he
proceed
escapes,
with caution.
even though there's no way he could have escaped
I need
because
backup
because
now.
there was only one entrance, and a guard was blocking it, and it was closed by the time we got there. That's kind of a odd little thing going on. A medkit in the medical area. It's probably one of the few times where you see it where it's actually in the place it should be. Now look at these parts and I wonder, are these gas chambers or decontamination chambers? Anyway, I presume they're gas chambers because we're close to the lethal injection room. I stop being a bit careless here and taking a few hits that I really shouldn't. Oh, when that prisoner rolls down the stairs, that is a nice touch. See, it's always the little touches that make a game. Might have dated, but it's always appreciated whenever I see effort put into a game. Auto aim? What's that? But at least I get headshots most of the time.
Yo, catch that motherfucker! Get that motherfucker tasting his own medicine. How you feeling, Ward?
Oh, and I think you'll be able to hear the gangs in the background.
Yo, catch that motherfucker! Get that motherfucker tasting his own medicine.
Just to clarify what's going on, the Blades, presumably with their leader Sergio, have taken the warden hostage and are planning to get sweet-ass revenge. Of course, being the heroic type, we have to put a stop to that.
Hey, we got company.
Now, when entering this room, I was a bit careless, because I should have been in stealth mode to pick these fuckers off. But oh well. Worked out fine in the end. We also get to see some of the less well thought out puzzle aspects of the game.
It's the combination to his safe.
Now, to reach that painting, you have to move this table, and it's a bit awkward to say the least, but not too much. I didn't have too much trouble with it. And the painting. Now, something I didn't really show off was that if you talk to the doctor, who's at the beginning of the level, he will actually tell you this information, that where the warden's keys are. But I'm doing it, so
Bingo.
I guess there's no need to
Keys
go
the
back.
castle.
Now you can see I do have some hero time saved up, and again, an ideal moment to use this is when you storm in to save the warden, because the second you enter the room,
Yo, catch that motherfucker! Get that motherfucker tasting his own medicine. How you feeling, Ward?
I was just listening to the constant cries of the gang there. Now they will repeat this, they'll just keep repeating this again and again, so don't think you're on like a massive time limit to save the warden. The timer only seems to start when you enter the actual room itself. And like I was going to say, the second you enter the room, someone will run towards the lethal injection control to kill the warden. So step lively, to say the least. Shotgun. It's kind of effective, but as you can see, he did work a bit slowly there. I took several hits before I actually killed them.
Yo, catch that motherfucker! How the Blades take care of business.
Give it to him.
Let's show this motherfucker how to blaze. Take care of
Rep-
business.
repetitive dialogue. But again, I do like how they work in the lethal injection room as part of the level.
Take care of business.
You know, they make use of all the level's themes. You know, all the aspects you find in a prison, they do use most of them. Shoot him, he might be a cop. Yeah, at this point I'm wearing SWAT gear, so it's pretty obvious. And just there a couple of seconds ago, the guy was really running towards the lethal injection control panel. Oh, and you can activate that panel yourself and kill the warden.
McClane, if it weren't for you,
Nothing much happens, it just says prison, mission over.
Where'd Nitric go?
he's
Mission
waiting for a
failed.
chopper on the roof. Follow me. You can go up this way.
You know, I like how this guy's nearly killed, but he still does a pimp walk. Look at him. You can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man. No time to
Okay,
talk.
the roof's up there.
I'm just making fun of the walking animation.
McClane.
The
Kinda
SWAT
looks like he's
guys are
strutting
making their
along.
way in this direction.
And
McClane,
checkpoint.
I'll
Yeah,
see
coming up
what I
as a
can
boss,
do,
and I'm
but get me
glad
out of
there is a checkpoint
Thanks.
before it. Because I would hate to do the whole level again. So at this point there's a few goons you have to take out, and then Nitric himself. I could have did this boss fight a little better. And I'm thinking mainly because I'm wasting my bullets on the goons outside.
Nitric.
Hey, do you want to finish this now?
At least there's a nice
Lucy?
arena for our boss
The art of
fight.
conversation.
And again, the same tactic, go into hero time and inject several bullets into his face. But you would think this would be slightly hard, but it wasn't. I think I was worrying too much again. Essentially, I'll just get right up in his face and start shooting bullets right into him. He does fire back with a shotgun, but it's... or a rifle, I should say, but it's... yeah, he's not really a threat here.
Where's Lucy? Where's Lucy?
Holmes, eating tuna. Vaquero. Looks like I get the last laugh.
Don, you've done your time. Let's get you out of here.